What's going on, everybody? Orin, Stage 1 Mini Boss. What up, what up? Breezy, how you doing? Rika? Ryan, hello? Stadia is actually having a bad day, it kind of seems like. It's not feeling super stable here. Let's see, though, if we can get through this here. DD2 has no updates planned now. It's a completed product. There could potentially be an update next year sometime after DDA is completed. Anyway, y'all, here we go. Orcs Must Die 3. We got a new update today, adding in weekly challenges, which, let's check it out. I want to do some endless mode today. Okay, active ends August 17th. Okay, so this challenge is Feel the Drain. Your health will be constantly draining, but killing enemies will randomly yield health potions. Pay close attention, don't let yourself die while fighting. You can also still run back to the rift to heal. Your loadout is small, and you will have no upgrades. Well, DD2 offers lots of gameplay. So, just because it's not getting any updates doesn't mean that you shouldn't play it. By all means, play it, have fun. Yeah, anyway, Stadia is not feeling super smooth today, but let's check out this weekly challenge here. Oh, this is actually kind of... We're going to have to see how this goes. But this is not... Seems like Stadia is having a bad day. Alright, what do we got? We got, we can't change our loadout, right? No, we can't change it. So we got a crossbow, a healing trinket, a tar trap, and a window of butterflies. Holy crap, man. This is going to be rough. Let's see how the old connection is going to do today. I was hoping to do a endless run today, but if it's not stable, then, we'll just have to see how it goes. Anyway, so we get no barricades. This is rough. Well, obviously we're going to have to kill everything manually.
It's just so pretty.
Oof. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. This is definitely going to be a mill them all down kind of thing. Now, our health is going to... Oh, wow. Our health is draining fast, too. Holy crap. It almost feels like I should have built back at the rift. Ooh, jeez. I mean, lots of health potions dropping. So that's a good thing. Need to focus more on the headshots here, I believe. Just keep them slow walking here. Not enough for another. Actually, let's get rid of that. I think the tar is going to be better off. What's going on there, Yannick? How you doing? This is going to be a rough one, though. Now, it says don't die. I'm wondering if that means, like, you can't die. If you die, you lose, or whatever. I mean, that's a possibility. It is a weekly challenge type thing. It's kind of cool that they added these in, though. A little premature pop on my healing there, but we got lots of healing potions laying around. This is where I really need to be headshotting these guys. Let me get... Oof. It's rough not having any, not having any barricades. What's going on there, Bruns? Yeah, the campaign was split into two parts. It's got adventure mode and it's got the regular campaign and adventure mode. So they split it in half, basically. I'll put that bad boy back, too. Man, my aim is so off today. I might be better off getting into endless mode.
I'm almost out of that stuff that keeps
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wow, that was close. This is a rough one. Crap. Drop a health potion, somebody. Oh, alright, well I died.
Admit it, you missed me.
I'm almost thinking it might have been better off just to
They're entering the rift.
build back here by the rift.
Someone keeping score? Because we totally.
That is ugly, though. Let's just go ahead and fire it up here.
Are you ready? Because I'm ready. More enemies on the way.
Well, I definitely would not be in the bigger streamer category there, Rika. I do my best to try to talk to everybody. The really big streamers that don't really communicate with their chat, most of them are playing competitive games where you can't really. Where here, I mean, it's not a competitive game. If I have to die once or twice to see somebody's chat message, it doesn't bother me at all. I would rather see your chat message than live. Man, this is just rough. I'm not even gonna hit the part-time, am I? Not that it matters. I got 0 chance of skulls anyway because I'm losing too many rift points. Oof. Jeez. 13 left. It looks like man, I missed the part-time. Well, you're not going to hit the part-time killing everything way back here is the problem.
Was there ever any doubt?
But I could at least finish it.
Big captured part. That was weird.
It's not about subs. Subs don't really mean anything. It's about how many people are watching your stuff. For me, my channel is mainly focused on Dungeon Defenders games. So if I play other games, just not as many people are going to watch. Which is fine. I mean, you know. I don't want people to watch a game that they're not interested in, you know. But at the same note, I want to play a game and have fun. Alright, well there's the weekly challenge. These are going to pop every week. You see next week's challenge is here. Start with no rune coin for placing traps. Wow. Frozen. You find you have no war machines. Your loadout is full of damage traps, and they are all unupgraded. That'll be interesting. Yeah, it's not a good thing. It's saying my connection isn't stable, but my connection is looking stable from what I'm looking at. I'm thinking Stadia servers might be having a little bit of a challenge today. Rala, thank you so much for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Well, the Nuke Monk setup has changed many, many times over the years. So it was an ongoing process. To originally build it, I mean, you only need 2 things to get it started, really. You need crane stance, and ideally that focused power mod. Alright, let's hop into some endless mode. I haven't played most of these since the leaderboards were all wiped. I'm not sure which one I want to try today. Quick Path might be a fun one. Let's try out Quick Path here. Here we're going to have Cyclops mages. We got all kinds of baddies. We got some fire immune enemies. Now what do I want to bring along with me? I've got everything jacked up right now, don't I? Yeah, it looks like it. which is fine. I mean, it's not going to be good for scoring, but for everything else it'll be fine. But let's see if it's going to run. Getting warnings pop up about Stadia today is not a good sign. The game doesn't feel as smooth as it normally does. So let's see. We don't really have a good arrow wall opportunity other than this back wall here. So I think I'm just going to drop the arrow wall altogether. In fact, let's completely redo this whole setup. Let's see. We could bring a jar. That's going to guarantee us some combos. We've got our floor traps squared away. Let's bring a swinging mace. Let's bring a spike wall. I think I'll just kind of go through with my normal go-to stuff. And then the darts, maybe. We're going to have fire immune enemies here. Dungeon Defenders 2 is a game about countering enemies. So you build to counter the enemies. If you got an enemy that reflects projectiles, don't use projectiles. If you got an enemy that stuns traps, Rs, and nodes, don't use traps, Rs, and nodes. Let's see. I think this will get me here. This should be decent. We're going to have lots of little splodies here too, so I might want to actually consider double barricading this area at some point. But for now,
This never gets old.
let's just go something like this. Wow. Not much coin to get set up here, but it's, you know, it's wave 1.
When am I not ready? Enemies are preparing to breach one of our gates. They've broken through a gate.
Oh crap, I should have went with Brimstone instead, all these runners.
Here they come. The barricade is under attack. Feels so good.
All about surviving wave 1 here. If I can get through wave 1 without losing any rift points, then I can start building out, right? You're right, there we go. LMD2 is a absolutely wonderful game. If that and you can get OMD2 on sale for really, 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 really inexpensive when it's on sale. In my opinion, now I haven't seen enough of OMD3 to include OMD3 in this statement, but out of OMD1, OMD2, and OMDU, my personal favorite is OMD2. It's, in my opinion, the best game out of the bunch. Man, this is terrible. All because I didn't start off with the damn Brimstone. No, I got Brimstone down now. I can't blame it on Brimstone. This is a rough first wave, though. Or second wave. It's a rough start, period. Oh, this is rift points lost. I mean, I'm half tempted not to even hit him because it's going to be one rift point. Yeah, see, if I would have just let him come in, I would have only lost 2 rift points there. Let's see. I got my Jar of Ghost too. I haven't been taking advantage of that. Restart? Nah. I'm not sweating it really hard today. I mean, I want to get some big combos, but I haven't played in a long time, so I'm super rusty. So thinking I'm going to put up a competitive score on the leaderboards today is not realistic.
Not even close.
This game is definitely, it does require a level of skill
I'd love to, but damn.
as far as the scoring department goes.
Good workout. Just point me to the after party.
And I got no skill today, y'all. I got no skill. I ain't trying to hide it. See, is that good? Let's go up a little bit further with it.
I like
Right
the
about
approach.
there.
Walk straight into that.
Get a dart up, too. Where do we want the darts? I kind of want them starting a little bit further back, but...
Right there.
I'm kind of worried. Oh, wow.
Ready.
Little...
More enemies.
Yeah, I mean, it may just be my connection to Stadia today, but something definitely, well, I mean, Google 100% financed the game, so it will be a while.
Casting forever.
We don't have a date yet on when it will come to Steam, but I'm really looking forward to it coming to Steam, too. You know? I'm not the ideal Stadia customer, by any means, not even close.
They're attacking a barricade. Who's got mana to spare?
You know, I've got a PS4, a Xbox, a gaming PC. What I don't have is a incredible internet connection. And that's like the biggest factor in playing on Stadia, is having a good connection. So, I mean, for people that don't have a good PC, but do have a good connection, you know, for those folks, Stadia would be a pretty good deal.
That works.
I just don't fall into that boat. You know, I'm not in that category.
Enemies on the way.
There will no doubt be DLC, I think. I mean, there will be a lot of stuff that comes to the game, I think.
The magic's not really flowing right now.
I mean, it may happen where, like, the DLC comes before the Steam launch, and then when Steam launches, it launches as, like, a Game of the Year type thing or something. That's possible, too, you know? Crap, man, I'm missing all these Jargos combos, because I just haven't been using it lately. If you don't use it every wave, you're missing out. Well, I mean, with a 35 meg upload speed, that's better than the majority of the entire world. Shinobi, so of course you can stream it with that. I mean, I'm streaming it right now with a 5 meg upload speed. So it's not about your upload. For playing the game, it's more about your download. For streaming the game, of course, your upload comes into a factor. But, I mean, if you got 35 megs up, your PC can't even handle streaming at that. No one, I mean, you would have to have a supercomputer to be able to handle that bitrate. If you were using all of it, obviously. But no, well, YouTube will accept high bit rates, but Twitch won't even accept over 7,500 kbps. Well, it's not, I mean, how it looks is going to be based off your download, not your upload.
Is that it?
You know, if you got a, like, I've got a really good download speed, but my upload speed is horrendous, is my problem. Nah, Scorchers, the floor Scorchers aren't here.
Blood pumping.
I definitely miss it. I got a spot for them right here, right? Floor Scorchers go in this spot. But we don't have floor Scorchers. I'm hoping that maybe comes in later on. Because it's definitely a pretty awesome defense, right? And it's iconic from all of the Orcs Must Die games, really. going on there, Cassian? How you doing?
More enemies on the
I'm doing good. Just getting started today. I had problems sleeping last night. I had really, really bad allergy problems yesterday, is why I didn't stream. It's been just terrible here this summer. Like, worse than previous summers that I can remember, the allergies. But I've got really severe allergy issues where it, like, affects my breathing and, like, breaking out in hives and crap like that. I mean, the issues are not as bad today, it seems like. It all depends on, one of my main allergy issues is wood mites. And I live in a state that their #1 export is timber. So there's all kinds of like lumber mills and stuff like that everywhere around here. It probably was not a smart decision to move here, when I moved here, to be honest. But the problem is I was coming from the desert, you know? Living in Nevada, and then you just have zero allergy problems there. Well, I mean, how else would you have it, Kuro? To be honest. Yeah, of course its scale is the same. But I mean, I don't even understand or know how else you would have it. Endless mode is the end of endless mode is a product of how much your machine can handle. And that's the way it's always been. It doesn't force you to lose. If you got a screaming machine, you'll go forever. You know, you go for a long time. I mean, I had matches in OMD2 last 3 days.
Holy cow! I'm setting records here.
Well, it's just not how none of that stuff is running on your machine is the thing. So none of that matters. Stadia is designed for someone with a potato PC that has a good internet connection. That's what Stadia's customer base is. Having a really good machine won't affect anything. I mean, I've got a really good machine. Doesn't affect anything as far as Stadia goes. It's not, the game's not running locally. I mean, once Steam hits, that'll be a whole different thing. I've gotten over 100 in Endless so far. I got to, like, floor... The game crashed. Or Stadia crashed. I got to floor... I got to wave, like, 120, I think it was. On Coastal.
That seemed unnecessary. Can't keep cat. Oop! You guys saw that, right?
And then Stadia crashed. It was running, like, the last 20 waves, it was running at, like, 4 frames per second. Thought that people that got there kind of cheated. Well, wave 120 is nothing. People will end up... Once this thing comes to PC, people will hit wave 400, 500. It's just a matter of the resources Stadia is going to give to it. Down at the bottom of the patch notes from today, it had a little blurb about endless mode, better endless mode optimization.
I totally meant to do that. I need more mana.
Nah, that's not even remotely true, Kuro. I don't have any endless maps go below 50 waves. You go to over wave 50 every one. I mean, that's not even just close to true. I mean, I don't go to below 50 in any of the maps. Today, I probably won't make it to 50 because I'm live streaming and I don't have that much time. But if I'm playing, I am always, every single match, past wave 50. It's just a matter of, do you have that much time? You know, that's the downside of endless mode, is most people don't have that many hours. It's about the big combos. You get the big combos, you'll still earn coin. The coin degrades. The amount of coin you get degrades, so it requires more and more and more higher and higher combos to get to that point. It's designed that way. It's a built-in mechanic. I mean, I don't have a problem with any of that stuff. My only problem is I want it running on my PC, you know?
Can't keep casting forever. I need more mana.
I mean, I was still earning coin at wave 120. So, I mean, if that tells you anything, you're still going to earn coin if you're nailing big combos. Is it going to be as much? No, it's not going to be as much, but you're also not going to need as much because you're going to get to a point where you've just got a continuous loop of, you know, just the enemies just take forever to make it through, you know? So yeah, I mean, that's just not even true at all. I mean, that's fine too. If you're not a fan of Endless, you're not a fan of Endless. There's nothing wrong with that. Do you like matches that will run for 5 hours, 6 hours?
Wow, that was a thing.
You know, I mean, Endless doesn't have to be your favorite game mode. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's, you know, we're all entitled to that. But, I mean, mechanically, the way it's designed, I think it's designed as good as it can be.
I like it when the orcs just walk straight into them. This never gets old. It's just so pretty.
See, I don't need that yet. I don't need that yet. I'd rather get more darts up here.
Hello, old trap buddy.
Get rid of that too. Gonna start the second row of darts. You know what? We'll go half a tile back. I don't want too much spraying outside of the opening. And you know what? At some point I need to think about getting a little backup. In fact, let's just do that now. These barricades will end up getting wrecked. So I want to do this to get a backup of them there. Eventually I can spam Brimstone up here and that'll take care of those little splodies. But then also back here I want to put one right there. And the reason I'm putting there is if this front one gets smashed, it's not going to give enemies a path this way. I don't know on that one, Julian, but I think those war maps would be super, super fun to play Endless on. Those war scenarios would be amazing Endless maps, but it's down to the challenge in a, not just Orcs Must Die, but any action defense game with an Endless type situation, is you either make it so the enemies don't scale, where it's not a challenge at all, or it's going to be a matter of how long will the game run, you know? There are no Scorchers, Kuro. I just talked about that earlier. It's one thing I really wish there was, but there are no Floor Scorchers. There are no traps that meet those descriptions, or there would be traps there. I wouldn't have this crap going with all these darts up here. But yeah, no, there are no traps in the game that meet that description. OMD2 was a wonderful game, no doubt. I mean, it was my, you know, we've all got our favorite. OMD2 was my personal favorite of the franchise.
You guys saw that, right? No. Clean up on all 5. Wow.
I should have just brought some heavy hitter defenses, because I'm obviously not going for a scoring run here today. I could have dropped this jar of ghosts and went with, like, the ballistas instead. And that would have gave me way more survivability. Well, I mean, OMD3 is brand new. You know, it's just out. You can't compare the old to the new in that situation. You know, you got to give them time to get all the DLC out and all that stuff. But, you know, comparing a game that had a couple of years worth of DLC to a game that's only been out for, what, a month, 2 months, is just not fair.
That seemed unnecessarily violent.
Right now, I'm not accepting any friend requests. They're mini-boss, but when I go through waves, I gotta delete people that I haven't played with. Steam does that whole limit your friends list thing based off your Steam level. Well, I mean, I've got zero reason to farm Frostfire Remnants there, Gamer Boy. I mean, I've got like 3 10 out of 10 Frostfires, so there's no reason at all for me to ever farm another one. I mean, I do it sometimes just for viewers, you know, to play stuff with viewers. But I mean, I've got no reason to farm it. I've got no reason to farm anything in DD2, to be honest, without them giving us an update. I play it just because I love the game. But I have no real reason to play it anymore. Your average person would not continue to play DD2 after putting in the hours that I have. Yeah, man, all these fire mobs are just chewing these barricades right up.
This never gets old.
Let's see. I think that's going to be pretty good for now, right? Should be.
Roll on, like deodorant. More
Oh, this whole area will be covered. I mean, just with what I've got here right now, I mean, I could go 20 more waves without adding another thing.
Holy cow! I'm setting records here.
You know, just off of what I've got here right now.
Clean up. Who's got? Ooh, squishy. They're attacking a barricade. Holy.
Where's your head at, mister? There it is. Hard to see their heads sometimes when they're frozen.
Oh. Wow, that was a thing. For a split second, I thought about maybe possibly getting a wee bit concerned. Ha! In shackles and still lost.
Thanks for the cash, Mr. Moneybags.
That was me that did that thing there. Can't keep casting forever.
I've only got one more break, alright? Or no, I'm done with breaks. I'm gonna have to repair all this stuff manually now. Just gonna finish this wall, and then I think we can actually just kind of chillax it out for a while. Collect coin for the barricades, because I will lose them. I'll lose these front barricades pretty regularly. Ballistas are really, really strong in Endless. There's no limit on them now either. where in Orcs Must Die 2 you can only put so many up, and like so many guardians, etc. Those limits are gone, so you can spam the crap out of them. They're a powerhouse.
There are enemies in our rift room.
Oh, whatever. Stupid null.
Enemies at the rift.
Nulls don't cost you any rift points. Well, I mean, the scaling for ballistas is not having the cap.
They've destroyed a barricade.
So, I mean, yeah, everything loses effectiveness the higher you go. And that's why if you're trying to do a big survival run that's going to get you to wave 200 and last 10 hours or whatever, you got to focus on crowd control. It's, you know, that's the strategy aspect of the game. You got to bring the right tools, you know. Don't bring the knife to the gunfight, you know. Unless your goal is scoring. If your goal is scoring, then those heavy hitter things actually hurt you. Like right now, I've got way too many points in. I don't want things hitting as hard as they are because I'm losing out on all the combos. Well, I mean, that's why I'm using them. Shinobi. I chose the traps. They didn't choose me. Of course I'm going to use what I like and what I know works, right? It's all about the crowd control. So I got freeze, I got the confuse from the butterflies, I got the knockback and the knockdown from the spike walls. I mean, that's the whole thing. That's what I'm going for. You know?
I'd love to, but can't.
This is a pathetic score though. My endless goals are normally to have 1 million before wave 10, have 2 million before wave 15, and then have 5 million before wave 20. And I'm just nowhere near that. But, you know, I didn't bring the load out. I started off rough. More about just having fun. Kobolds, enemies swinging at them. You got the explosive archers that shoot the dynamite that blow up. Those will damage them. There's lots of factors. All enemies have cleave damage. So if you stand near a barricade and any enemy takes a swing at you, it's going to hit your barricade too.
I totally meant to do that. The magic's not really flowing right now.
Yeah, the fire elementals exploding will damage barricades. I lost one of my ones up front over there. And just throw it back. I can do the brimstone at the doors pretty soon, and that will help out for the little kobolds. It won't help out for the little fire elementals. I do have them set as arcane though, because I know there's going to be fire immune enemies here.
I totally meant to do that. That seemed unnecessarily violent. Ooh, squishy. Ha! In shackles. Clean up on all 5.
The little elementals are great for comboing. Oh, I've already gotten 14s on this run.
More enemies on the way.
I'm past the primed mark. How high scoring works is you try to get as many combos early while the mobs are still squishy.
Not even close.
And then you'll get past a point where it's harder to combo because the mobs are so healthy.
Got mana to spare.
I'm actually probably just barely at the end of the sweet spot right now for combos. But the higher I go, the harder the combos will be to get.
That seemed unnecessarily violent. The barricade is under attack. The magic's not really flowing right now. Wow. Man,
It just depends on your setup. I mean, you can get a 15x or X15 on any map, period. But, like the 3-tile maps, that are 3 tiles wide, that allow you to use both walls, you're going to do a whole heck of a lot better getting up to like that 17 mark on those. It's not because it can't be done, it's just going to be a lot easier to get it done. You know, because as far as the big combos go, there's a lot of RNG in the mix too. You know, they have to be knocked down, they have to be in the air, then knocked down while frozen. I mean, it's tough to get all of those statuses at the same time, you know. There's a 15 there. I think that's my biggest one so far. Didn't even have the jar up. So I actually lost a combo point there for not having the jar ghosts up.
More enemies on the way.
Yeah, you got frozen, bleeding, burning, on stunned, in the air, knocked down. All of those are combos. Remember, your primary and secondary attack are its own individual combos. So, I mean, just a bow, like this bow with bleed on it, just this bow, I can get a 4X combo, or X4 combo, without anything else in the area. And it's because the primary shot, the secondary shot, bleed, and then if I get lucky and the mob gets knocked down, I can get an X4, just from this bow. So, like, the strategy... Now, in Orcs Must Die 2, it was more about the physics. And I think physics might become a bigger factor down the road once it hits PC. But for, like, right now, what I do is I look for a mob that gets knocked down, that's frozen, and I make sure I hit him with my first and second ability, you know? We lose another one? Ooh, close. Well, I mean, it's situational. It's my favorite for combos. The shotgun is really good too. The problem that the shotgun has for scoring is it hits so hard. With it hitting as hard as it does, a lot of times it's going to kill off enemies prior to you getting all the combos stacked up on it. That's really the challenge, is not killing the enemy too quickly. So like in Endless, you'll always get to that sweet spot where the enemies have enough health, you know? There's just a million of those little splitty fire guys on this map. I think before the leaderboards got wiped, I had like... I want to say I got like 12 million on this map. I won't be anywhere near that this run. I bet you the high score on this map is probably in the 30-40 million range. I haven't looked at them yet since they've been wiped. I haven't looked through the leaderboards again. Well, part of it is just how that stuff works, too. It's not like OMD2. In OMD2, if you were using a push trap or a spring trap, you knew exactly where the enemy was landing. It's not quite like that in OMD3. It's a little bit more... It's a little bit more random, you know, with the mobs getting launched various distances, and they are very... To me, it almost seems like they need to be toned down a little bit. Like, they throw enemies way, way far. So it becomes a lot tougher to use those physics setups. I know, some folks are still using push traps quite a bit, but I'm just so bummed out about the wind belt. The state of the wind belt is just atrocious compared to OMD2. It's just way too powerful. It's not focused in a cone at all. Or it's not like a focused area where you can actually, you know, have a whole lot of lane control. It's just like a huge, huge blast, you know. This guy went right through my jar. That ain't right. Wow, man. Serious smash going on here. So many fire elementals. Damn, look at all those barricades got wrecked. That whole row of them. Crazy.
I'm setting records here.
Let's see. Oh, shoot. I done screwed that one up. Well, I don't want to put more down. I'm going to have to sell all of those to fix it. Can I help you? Well, I mean, you could ask a question and I can potentially maybe give you the answer to it. But, I mean, just ask, you know? I'm not having any trouble with the butterfly traps right now. So I'm pretty happy with just having them spammed around like that. I'm getting enough combos, I don't care that I'm losing barricades. It's just, it's a thing. It's one of the trials of playing a map that's full of fire elementals. You know? I'm earning plenty of coin to replace them, so I'm not sweating it. That and the heavy fire elemental waves won't be every wave. That's the thing, is I'm not really having trouble is the thing. So, I mean, that's the beauty of a game like this. You build your way, I build my way. I don't put butterflies up front because I don't want the map to take forever to run. Is why I don't put them up front, personally. I'd rather lose the map quick than win the map and have it take forever to run, you know? There's tutorials on literally everything on my YouTube channel there, Robert. Go to my channel and scroll down, you'll see a guides and tutorials playlist. That's all with current information. Well, you know, I got a wife. You see, there's Shinobi. Add a wife to the picture and then try to play a game for 12 hours and see how well that does for your marriage. I mean, I've had many 12-hour runs, don't get me wrong. But that's not something I'm trying to do on a regular basis. I'm playing the game to have fun. That's it. That's my only requirement for today, is to enjoy the game I'm playing. So that's literally, you know, I actually decided to play it like 10 minutes before stream. That's why the stream event wasn't up. Oh, I hear you. You just a kid there, Shinobi. I'm older than you are. You just a baby. OMD3 was a surprise, wasn't it? It's a very pleasant one. I mean, I'll be excited when it comes to other platforms even more, but it's a very pleasant surprise. I was not expecting it.
Holy cow! I need more mana. I totally meant to do that.
when they made that announcement, you know, my jaw hit the ground. I'm like, hell yeah! I guess I gotta try Stadia after all.
Can't keep casting. Holy cow! I'm setting. Clean up on all 5.
I'm not a, you know, as you all can tell, situationally, I think Stadia would be a really good thing for certain people. But for me personally, I'm just not their ideal customer, so literally the only reason I'm using Stadia is because of Orcs Must Die 3. You know.
I totally meant to do that.
Man, missing out on so many combos, forgetting about my Jaragos. I haven't been using it. If we had a wall over here, I wouldn't be using it right now. I'd be using arrow walls instead. But since no wall right there, you know, what can you do?
More enemies on the way.
What's going on there, Shadow Shot? How you doing?
Wow, that was a thing.
I almost play. You know, I still haven't checked out Grounded yet. It's on the. If any of y'all have that Xbox Game Pass, it's actually on the Game Pass. I was gonna stream that today, but I hadn't gone in and set up the audio levels or anything yet, so I didn't bother.
Wow, that was a thing. You guys saw that, right? I'd love to, but can't. That seemed unnecessarily violent. Ooh, squish! Man is running out.
Now come on, get frozen and knocked down, dang it. No.
Ooh, totally.
Yeah, there's a couple of double digits finally. I was gonna say, a jar of ghost use with no double digits. Had work today.
That was a thing. No chance of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's not a very pleasant thing.
I need more mana.
There, Shadow Shot.
I'm setting records here. Man is running out.
Wish the paladins hit harder. Well, I mean, they're tanks, you know. They're not there to do the damage. They're there to tank it out. I haven't done any Guardian builds yet. I should try a Guardian-only build at some point. I mean, there's not enough Guardians to do that, but try a Guardian-heavy build at some point. The problem, too, is if you're using any sort of a kill box where you're, like, purposefully pathing mobs up against a wall or whatever, like right here, the paladins are only going to cause a problem with that because of all that cleave damage that all the melee enemies are going to do, you know.
Holy cow! I'm setting records here.
Guess I can go get healed up now that I'm at 0. Nothing, not even a little sliver on my bar, but I'm still alive.
For a split down.
Oh, god dang it. I jinxed the shit out of that one, huh?
There are
Come on, Knowles.
That got the blood pumping.
2 left.
Enemies at the rift.
No, there's more Knowles. There's that one.
Totally meant to do that.
This guy's just gonna be irritating and not die. Either die or run in the rift, dude.
There.
Shit, now stuff's making it through my kill box.
They've destroyed a barricade.
Stupid Knowles. I wasn't planned.
That seems unnecessarily violent.
I had not planned ahead for those Knowles. I forgot they were such a big deal on this map.
I need more mana. No chance of that.
Oh, that dude hits me or I'm dead.
There are enemies at the rift. Who's got mana to spare? Ooh, the The magic's not
There we
really
go.
flowing right now. I like it when the orcs More just walk enemies straight on in. the way.
Still dead. I got a little sliver of life up there.
Ha! Can't keep. Holy cow! I'm setting records here. Wow, that was a thing. I totally meant to do that. You guys saw that, right? Clean up on
Guess
all
I can start
sides.
building out more, maybe. I'm gonna need to get some combos, though, to get the coin flowing.
Still awesome. That seems
See if we can't get some on these little guys here.
wow.
Nope. I think by now I need double digits to get any coin.
Man is running out. You guys saw that, right? Ha! In shackles and still awesome. The barricade is down.
In the early days, that would work. In the later state in OMD2, the number one high scores were all like 15 waves, 12 waves, 20 waves. It was all about the combos, you know? And you just couldn't get the high combos in OMD2, in the high waves.
Clean up on all five.
I mean, you could, like, the run I did to Wave 1000 in OMD2 was nowhere near my Wave 22 high scoring run. You know?
Holy cow! I'm setting.
It's out, but it's on Stadia there, Clever Fox. It's got a Stadia exclusivity period that we currently still don't know how long that is, you know?
That was a.
Yeah, I need to get the combos rolling here. It's just going to be GG. I won't be able to keep up.
Clean up. Man is running out. Ha! You guys. Who's got mana to spare?
In OMD2, I'm not sure exactly how it works in OMD3, but in OMD2, a 13x combo was the exact score of two 12x's. Which means if you got a 14x combo, that was the same score as four 12x's. And a 15x combo would be the same as 8 12x's. So the scoring, it was all about the early waves. Yeah, I think we're at the end of our usefulness here.
Enemies at the rift.
Thank you so much for subscribing there, Julian. Not yet. But I think that there will be more heroes. None of the OMDU heroes are here.
Our enemies in our rift room. We only have half our rift points remaining.
You really gonna chase me down, troll? Alright, I will kill you then.
I want to do it.
Or not.
They're almost there. That seems.
Ryan, thank you so much for subscribing. I do appreciate it.
That was me that did that thing there. You. Can't keep casting forever.
Let's see, I didn't know it was a 13. There's a 14. Oh, wow. I'm not even getting for 14s now. So now I'm at the point probably where I gotta have 15s or higher.
Is on the way.
Which I don't have the setup for it, really. To get them consistently. I know I got that one, but that was dumb luck.
Not even close.
Yeah, Orcs Must Die Unchained was a bit of a failed experiment into the free-to-play market. Well, welcome there, Julian. I appreciate it.
Who's got you guys some?
It was super fun game until you got it to the end. You know, when you got to the end, it was like, eh.
Wow, that was a thing.
I'm glad that they didn't go into that free-to-play route again.
You guys saw that, right? No. Ha! In shackles and still awesome.
I don't mind spending money on games, but microtransactions trigger me
Squishy.
like no other. And I mean, I don't even, you know, I've done my fair share of microtransactions in games too, don't get me wrong. But I don't like it. I like to know what I have, you know?
You guys saw that, right? They destroyed the barricade.
Oh, I think this one will do pretty well on Steam once it gets to that point. Money bags. I got no chance. He's moving way too quick here now.
Really violent?
The barricade is
And my aim is too far off. That, and it's only 500 coin.
Under attack.
I will lose out by sitting here trying to screw around with money bags.
Casting forever. I need more
there are
mana.
enemies in
Ah, so low. You can't headshot him, you're not going to win. You're not going to get the fat loots from Mr. Moneybags.
more enemies on the way.
Yeah, I need some upfront killing on this one to clear those guys out. This is just too much barricade abuse every wave.
Running out. No chance. I'd love to, but
This will probably be Ed. 8 million though, that's more than I expected to get. I expected this to be like a 2 or 3 mil run. That's alright, leaves time to do another. Puts me on the leaderboard. I got something to shoot for beating now.
can't keep casting forever. Who's got mana to spare?
You found some, but you don't understand. I'm not really sure what you're talking about, Robert. You found some what?
I totally meant to do that.
Enemies at the rift.
That seemed
The
unnecessarily
rift has
violent.
been compromised.
Enemies at the rift. They didn't make it through my spares yet. Wonder what that was.
Right back.
I'm not even sure what was over there. Had to have been a kobold, right?
Holy cow! I'm setting records here.
Oh, come on, dude. Get up into the corner here.
You wanna go?
Yeah, just not getting the numbers.
I'm setting records. No.
Yeah, gnolls are gnolls. The grenadiers are the worst. In my opinion, just because they're gonna blow everything up around you, you know? Hey, Robert, there's literally a tutorial for every single thing in the game on my channel. So just look on my channel, man. You will find what you're looking for. I don't really offer one-on-one assistance for any game. I play games just to have fun. I make the videos to teach people. I play the game to have fun, though. So, sorry if I'm not answering your question, but it's all there. You just gotta find the video you're looking for. The gnolls stutter move a lot.
Keep casting forever. The magic.
I haven't really had a problem with that, I don't think.
I need more mana.
I haven't really had a problem with gnolls anywhere, to be honest with you.
You guys
Normally, I just tuck myself into the kill box and let them combo up.
That seemed unnecessarily violent. Ooh.
I could, but I won't. Here, bring.
Totally meant to do. No chance of that. Mana's running out.
I mean, I've already had people willing to give me like $100 an hour
That which doesn't
to carry them through DD2, and
They're almost there.
I just can't.
clean up on aisle 5. Wow, that was a
It would
thing.
take away the enjoyment. Oh, with a moving slow? I haven't seen it with gnolls, but I've seen it with kobolds. I've seen kobolds get stuck in the spawn and have it take them like forever to come out of the spawn, and they're like doing that little stutter step thing.
The barricade.
Oh, we screwed now. Just gonna let him in.
There are barricade is
I want to see where this 8 mil ranks.
For a split second, I thought
I can't imagine it's even top 10.
our
the
rift is
magic's not really
fading.
flowing right now.
Come on, 2 more. Get over here. There they come.
Hey, that was fun.
They're almost there.
Yeah, it was just on, I can't remember which map it was. It was on, I remember the name of the map when I get out. Get out to the main screen. Let me see. 8.7 mil. Let's see where that put me on the leaderboards. Like I said, I can't imagine it's going to be top 10. It was, Coastal Highways. This one here. The kobolds get real stutter-steppy when they're coming out. All enemies are only worth 1. Except gnolls. Gnolls are worth 0. Alright, where'd that get me? Quick path. Is that top 10? Nope. Not even close. 45 mil from Mad Kips. That's good stuff. Find me. 25. Holy crap. 8.7 mil is only 25. Such a long way down. Terrible. Alright, let's see what else we want to do. I haven't done this one yet since the wipes. Oh, I'm getting the thing again. I mean, I've got a little meter showing my output bitrate and everything. I'm not having any problem that I can see. But the game keeps running crappy. Haven't done this one yet. Let's just start right off here. Let's see. Yeah, it got real pixelated there for a minute. The Stadia connection is not super strong today. Let's see. Let's just bust out some straight up whoop-pow here. What do we want to do? What would give us the most whoop-pow? You know what? Let me go back out and put points into stuff, because I don't think I have points into everything. Let's see. I think I'll bring along the Auto Ballista. Increase range. I don't think we need the range on this one. We can go with the arcane damage. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, wow. That was really pixelated on that one. Do you want to start off proper? Now I can... I think I'm going to get rid of this and this. Let's go with some good old faithful things this time. Well, I should have looked at my damn points. I didn't put my points in, did I? God dang it. Let's go back out again. Let's see. Let's bring different stuff. We'll bring the Auto Ballista. We'll bring an arrow wall. Let's bring a grinder. Looks like my grinder's leveled up. A pounder. Let's bring a pounder. Looks like it's leveled up as well. What else? I don't like the haymakers, the way they throw enemies around. Archers will just get wrecked since it's an endless. Man, I hope that it doesn't kill the game on me here. Stadia is definitely seems to be having a server problem today, though. At least from my house it is. Let's bring a stone staff too this time. Completely change it all up here. What's going on there, Mitchell? Let's see. Let's bring the stone staff. That's not the stone staff. There's the stone staff. See, we've got our ground traps. Let's do the pounder. And an arrow wall and a grinder I wanted, right? Where you at, grindy boy? There it is. Grinder. Now, what do we want for the 7th? Did I put... Yeah, I got the pounder. Not sure what I want to bring. The gravity trap is good CC, but I'm not a big fan of it. If it was faster, I would like it. But since it makes the enemies creep up so ungodly slow, I'm just not a big fan personally. You know what? Let's go ahead and bring the jar again. Why not? Bring the jar and then we'll put the pounder over here. That should get us. Now, do we want to build it properly and build the coin up, or we want to just go ham? Kind of just want to go ham. But I'll do the right thing here.
Right there.
We'll start off with that.
Go, go, go!
Enemies are preparing to breach one of our gates. They've broken through a gate. Here they come.
These guys are way too squishy to try to combo up. Not with all these heavy hitters. I got way too many heavy hitters here. Crap, I forgot the auto ballista. God dang it. I'm starting it over. Sorry, y'all. I'm just having some fun here now, Ollie. See, do we want to bring the jar or the auto ballista? I mean, I could get rid of the darts. Let's bring the ballista. I haven't actually used it yet. I mean, I used it a lot in the other games. But I haven't used it very much in OMD 3.
Let's rumble.
I'm glad I was only just getting started.
Enemies are preparing to breach one of our gates. They've broken through a gate.
Yeah, I actually had there was a point there, Shinobi, where I had the #1 high score on every single map prior to the wipes. So I'm very familiar with all these maps. I had every one of them. I only had it for like 10 hours. Exhale took me out of like 4 of the maps.
Hey, we did it! And by we, I mean me.
It was a grind, but it was super fun, you know, playing through. That was my only goal, was to get the #1 high score. So I would play a map until I got the high score.
Drop, buddy.
Super fun. Let's see. What else? We can get another grinder back here, just for good measure.
Oh yeah, good to go.
And away we go.
More enemies on the way.
Exhale is actually the artist that designed the Juice logo.
Look out. Our defenses have been breached.
She is an old school, long time OMD player. She's been around a long time. Yeah, but she's the artist that made my logo. She actually... I haven't seen a whole lot of the stuff she's been putting out lately, but she's really good.
A little bit older, but a little bit better.
Alright. Now, how do I want to do this area? The problem with starting out up front with your kill box is you get that wonky half tile that you got to deal with, and the half tile sucks.
I like it when the orcs just
But
right into
we'll deal with it. We'll deal with that half tile.
through the trap field.
Go like something like that just to get things started.
When am I not ready?
More enemies on the way.
Well, they had to. One of the problems, I don't know all of the problems with the leaderboard, but it was recording people's co-op scores as single is one of the things I had read. And that, of course, is, you know, co-op, you got an extra weapon. So you can't really, you know, can't do that. Let's see here, how we want to do it. Get rid of that. This one I'm just going for straight up kill.
I'm ready if you're ready. Are you ready? Because I'm ready.
More enemies on the way.
The problem there is Brimstone won't hold the combo that long, so you lose your Brimstone combo. You can't go more than 2 floor traps without losing the combo, if you've got slow in the mix. And of course I have slow in the mix. So like if I put a spike trap here, the Brimstone combo would be off before the spike trap engaged. What's going on there, Black God 808? How you doing? I should have just brought some archers too. I know they just get wrecked, but they're so fun.
I need more mana.
She, what do we want? Pounders, please.
Enemies on the way.
More pounders. I'm holding off on the auto ballistas, but the auto ballistas will line this whole back area here. The reason I'm holding off on them is I don't want them killing everything before they at least get like a X3 or X4 combo on them, you know?
No chance of that. We won already? Awesome.
Alright, let's see. I think that's good. Just let it fly.
More enemies on the
Look at this, 44,000. Such a huge difference when you just don't care about the score. I mean, I should be at 500, 600,000 by now. There's a baddie. Need to let these guys in a little further. I'm just losing out on so much coin.
Do they have any bigger ones? Hello, old trap buddy.
Not enough juice.
All set.
More enemies on the way.
My normal build on this one is I would run the mobs down this wall and then have them loop around and then come down this wall and go in. Do you watch my videos, Black God? I mean, you'll see I just put a DD2 video up just not even 24 hours ago. So the answer is right there.
Not even close.
DD2 hasn't had an update that has changed anything in the game in well over a year now, and there's no updates planned. So, I mean, I'm not focusing on just DD2 content. That would be
I'm ready.
not a very smart move.
'Cause I'm ready.
More enemies on the way.
Not a very smart move at all. Hoping we get a DDA update soon. The DDA content will be coming back quite a bit. Nice, grats. Let's see, what do we want to do next? I'm thinking just, well, probably the floor, actually. Get the floor all dialed in here.
We did it. And by we, I mean,
Just not earning any coin.
oh yeah, good to go.
More enemies.
That's the bad part about not going for combos. You don't really get to deck your build out, you know? I mean, you will, but it'll take 100 waves. Huh. Oh no! What the hell threw those guys over? I didn't really notice what happened. Somehow those guys got thrown over the wall. It was an explosion, I think, from the stone staff petrify. The darts shouldn't throw him over a wall. There's another one. I mean, there's no physics addition that the darts give. I mean, if that's throwing them over the wall, that's a problem. I mean, if physically they aren't even in contact with it when it pops down. There is an explosion, though, when you blow up the petrified enemies. There it is again. Is it when the dart is going back up, it's dragging them up into the air? That seems a little wonky.
That was me that did that thing there. No chance of that.
Doesn't look like it's doing it when I'm not petrifying and shooting them. I still think it's something to do with the stone staff. Give me your coin, mister. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and get some of those lovely, lovely little ballistas in. Can't go over any further. Do I got that facing the wrong way? Or it doesn't matter. It's got to turn.
This never gets old. Clean up on aisle 5.
Grinders are just not what they used to be. Such a shame. That's my favorite trap in Orcs Must Die. Yeah, it's not happening when I don't get up in there with the stone staff, so I'm not really sure. We got some heavy duty paint. Part. Do not breathe the coffee. Jesus. Whatever you do, don't breathe the coffee. My God, that was rough. A situation like this, a trap reset trinket would be better off for me, I think.
That got the blood pumping.
I'm anxious to see what they add, though. Because you know, if they add characters, they're going to add more weapons and traps. So I'm definitely stoked to see what comes next, you know?
More enemies on the way.
Wow, that was a thing.
Well, I don't think they'll be character specific like they were in OMD2, but they might. I mean, the same theory as what they've got going in OMD3. Like when you know, you get the free stuff just when you hit that map or whatever, when that character is introduced, like on the war scenarios. It added some diversity for sure, but it sure did suck when you wanted to use a tar trap on your sorceress. That's my only complaint. Yeah, I got no problem with it being unlocked, but once I get it unlocked, I wouldn't be able to use it on anybody. Yeah, I mean, I use Max just because he's an old guy like me. You know, he got the gray hair going.
Do they have any bigger ones?
Poor Max. Double jump is good, but in OMD2 I like the sorceress glide more than the double jump for sure. And then in OMD2 you had the mana thing. So sadly in OMD2 it was kind of, the high scoring runs were dependent on using the sorceress. It was a little bit imbalanced in that area. Let's see, what do we want? More pounders.
More enemies on the
For
way.
God's sakes, give us more pounders. Get a couple more ballistas. I really like that glide on the sorceress, but some of the maps on OMD2 were more beneficial for that sort of thing too. You know?
In shackles and stills. The magic's not really flowing right now.
I love being able to path the enemies, though. I think that really adds to just about every tower defense game out there. Having the ability to path the enemies around and create little mazes and whatnot. Just a wonderful, wonderful thing.
For a split second, I thought about maybe possibly getting a wee bit concerned.
More enemies on the way.
More ballistas, please. Get wrecked, Mr. Knoll. The stone staff is really good in a situation where, like, you want to go as far as you can and do like a long survival run where you don't really care about the score. Because the stone staff pierces, you know.
Ha! In shackles and stills. Holy cow! I'm setting records here.
I wonder if it saved the combos on my profile. I'll have to look after this map.
Forever. Ooh, squishy.
Where when it wiped the leaderboards, did it wipe the personal stuff off the profiles?
More enemies.
I'm not sure. No, the pierce is just, it's the same thing. It's the primary attack, but it pierces packs. So, like, in a situation like the Passages map in OMD2, if you remember that map, you'd have, like, one ridiculously long hallway full of traps that all the mobs had to go down. You could sit at the end of that hallway and just spray through the entire lot of them, you know?
Case of the Deadsies. Second time's a charm. Or third. Or fourth.
That no death penalty either for a lazy player like me is not a good thing.
Good workout.
Because I'll just be completely careless and not care about dying, you know?
Cow! I'm setting records here.
Let's see, what next?
Enemies on the way.
Well, I guess we can just continue down this wall.
The orcs just walk straight into them.
Where can we put ballistas at back here? I'll have to check that out.
Ooh, they have any more of those? For a split second, I thought about maybe possibly getting a wee bit concerned. Wow, that was a thing.
That's the best thing about the stone staff, being able to zerg in there to get all the coin and just petrify them all, grab all your stuff, and roll. Let me see something.
More enemies on the way.
I was hoping I'd be able to put one right underneath that wooden thing there, but no. There's such luck. So I can get one more in that corner. Can get one more over there too once I get the coin for it. The personal records are still there. I wonder what the highest solo combo is. I wonder if anybody's beat the 17. Probably by now. Well, that and does it record co-op numbers? Because in co-op, a 18 would be just as viable to hit, you know?
I totally meant to do that. Ha! In shackles and stills. You guys saw that.
Hi, please code. Please code what?
Do they have any bigger ones?
More enemies.
Better fill this out before,
That works.
There are no DD2 codes anymore, Mohammed. The company that made the game doesn't even exist anymore. There are no codes for DD2. There haven't been for a long, long, long time. Well over a year.
Is that it? Clean up on all five.
But Trendy Entertainment is no longer in business. And that's who gave out codes for DD2. So, no more codes for that.
Man is running out. Ha! In shackles and stills. Good workout. Ooh, do they have any more of those?
Let's see. What do we want to do? More poundy poundy? Might as well, right? Oop, oop.
I totally meant to do that.
Didn't see you getting all sneaky, Mr. Knoll.
Setting records here. Tiptoe through the trap field.
There's actually a giveaway for DD1, the complete collection, going on right now on my Discord server. I think it ends in like a day.
Second, ooh, squishy. Ha! In shackles and stills. That got the blood pumping.
Wave 21. We'll at least get the five skulls out of this one.
Do they have any bigger ones?
More enemies on the way.
I totally meant to do that.
Get them heels going.
You guys saw that, right? Okay, that was clean up on all five. Holy cow, I'm setting records here.
Not collecting much coin, that's for damn sure.
More enemies on the way.
But we'll get that. We'll get that 5 skulls. I mean, I've already got the 5 skulls from it, but it's a good little goal to shoot for. The 25 waves and endless. That's just one of the things with endless mode. I mean, it's super fun to play, but a lot of people just don't have the time. I mean, I haven't even tried like a full like actual survival endless mode yet, and I've had a match go almost 12 hours already. I ended up staying up too damn late. The wife got mad at me.
I need more mana. I totally meant to do that. Clean up on all five.
More enemies on the way.
I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, Devin. I'm sure it probably is. It's probably a balance and just performance thing. It's one of the things that these like third-person action defense games struggle with, is getting the game to run smoothly. And I think it's all of those things tied in. But it would be fun with 4 players for sure. Well, imagine well, I mean, you would play it for the scoring opportunity. But, I mean, imagine, you know, you could rip out X20 combos in 4-player, like left and right. You know? It would be fun. It would be fun to try it, you know?
Wow, that was a
When Fried Egg and I got that 18X combo in OMD2, it took us several hours. It's several hours of restarting a map every 20 seconds, you know, before we finally got it, but it was a blast to play around with. Alright, let's see. So I can go another row of ballistas if I want, but am I realistically going to get enough coin to build all that out before it's over?
in shackles and stills.
Probably not. Oh, it's beyond communication even. It was communicate plus. But yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're going for, I mean, even just two-player, going for any sort of scoring situation requires the communication for sure.
You guys saw that, right?
OMD, the peer-to-peer co-op was really, really buggy. It had really terrible latency problems if you were the non-host. I actually haven't played any co-op games in OMD3 yet.
Ooh, squishy. Wow, that was a thing. For a split second, clean up on aisle 5.
Thanks, Mr. Moneybags.
That's right. I'm War Major-rific.
War Major-rific.
More enemies on
I
the
am
way.
going to be able to get him behind there, right? Or I can get one there. Or yeah, okay.
Out of court.
Like when you were in OMD2, when you were going for high scoring runs, like you had to decide what weapons would be used, etc. by one of the players. Was completely dependent on whether or not they were the host.
Do they have any big
You know? Like the non-host, you never wanted the non-host using the wind belt.
Is that it? Ooh, squishy.
Just because of that, I mean, it was, in OMD2, it was bad. It was like a several second delay
More of those?
between the host and the non-host.
Holy cow! I'm setting records here.
Now, to make that problem even worse, my co-op partner in OMD2 was in France, and I was in Vegas. That didn't help the matter either.
More enemies on the way.
Oh, we're at wave 27 already, hell. And I was only hoping for the 5 skulls.
Still lost.
I didn't realize. I looked up to see how many more waves we had. I didn't realize we were already there.
Okay, that was fun.
I wish grinders had bleed. It's one of my, I got 2 wishes in OMD2 or in OMD3. I wish that floor scorchers were here, and I wish that grinders had bleed.
I totally meant to do that.
Well, you wouldn't even know that there was a problem unless you were trying to do the physics setups, Shinobi. If you were like mouse trapping orcs around to get the big combo numbers, that's where you noticed it. Because your wind belt timing and stuff had to be so perfect.
More enemies on the way.
How can you get blue gems? You talking about DD2? That's the premium currency. You have to pay real money for those.
You guys saw that, right?
That's how they kept the lights on.
Ha! In shackles and still lost. Clean up on aisle 5. Wow, that was a thing.
I think we'll go to wave 30, and I'll just probably kill it off here. This is not a good setup for an endurance run, and it's not a good setup for a high scoring run.
It's just so pretty.
So now that I've got my 5 skulls, I mean, I don't care when it ends, you know.
I'm setting records here.
Those ballistas are putting in some work, though. I wish there was a way to see, like, how much damage a trap did. Like, or at the end of the map, if it would show, like, ballistas did this much, grinders did this much. etc. I think that'd be really cool. Damn, Splodius.
Clean up on aisle 5.
But, I mean, altogether, I think the game's pretty good. I mean, they launched a finished product, which is rare in 2020.
Wow, that was a thing.
It's like, it seems like every game that launches in 2020 is, oh, we'll get that in next update. You know, it's a complete game. They did good on it. The war scenarios are just a super, super fun addition.
Did that thing there.
But, I mean, I like what Robot did with the game for sure.
Possibly getting a wee bit concerned.
Let's see.
More enemies on the way.
Right there.
Got enough for 3 more. Oh, it's wave 30 already anyway. It just depends on what you're into, you know? I mean, I like games like Orcs Must Die more myself as well. But, you know, I also know people that will sit there and grind Warzone all day long and just absolutely love it, never get bored with it, you know? So it just depends on your type of game, I guess.
Holy cow! I'm setting records here. Ooh, do they have any more of those?
Ooh, I'm not even going to survive wave 30? I think I got enough to get through wave 30. There we go.
Still awesome. Holy cow! I'm setting records here.
Dungeon Defenders games are really fun. Shinobi, if you like the action defense. It's a different thing, though. It's not as skill-based, and it's more about collecting. You know, being a loot-based game. I haven't been using flowers just because I don't want the match to go that long. Since I'm streaming.
That seemed unnecessarily violent.
Flowers are super good. They're super effective, but
That got the blood pumping.
you have to want it to go for a while.
Totally meant to
Because you know those flowers are just good.
clean up on aisle 5.
Even after they nerf the stuff down, they're still good.
Totally meant to do that. Ooh, do they have any more of those? That seemed unnecessarily violent.
Now the thing I'm wondering is, does Freeze and the Stone Staff's Petrify stack as separate combos? I'm very curious about that.
Hey, that was fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the downside of a loot-based game like that. What's the easiest way to get the good loot? Cheat. You know, so there was plenty of people who did it, that's for sure. It actually completely ruined the economy. The player base created a new economy. Cube value was completely created by the players because mana got just completely devalued by people duping it, you know?
Ooh, squishy. You guys saw that, right? That was me that did that.
Well, every Orcs Must Die game except OMDU. OMD3 is client-side too. It's peer-to-peer. No servers. I mean, obviously we got Stadia to connect to.
For a split second, I thought about maybe possibly getting a wee bit concerned.
Oh yeah, definitely. People did it in OMD2 as well.
More enemies
People would change the combo values of traps. I saw a guy that just a grinder would put down a 15x combo.
That seemed unnecessarily violent.
It's an action defense game, Matthias, but it's completely different. If you haven't played any Orcs Must Die games, I would strongly encourage it. It's absolutely incredible games. You can't right now, but you'll be able to when it hits Steam. You can't right now because of Stadia. But that's not because of the game. It's a peer-to-peer game. You'll be able to run Cheat Engine all you want when it hits Steam if that's your thing. Obviously, I know that's not your thing, but there will be people that will. There's no game that people don't cheat in that if they have the opportunity. Every single game has had someone cheat in it at some point. And even the server side games like DD2 is full server side. People still cheat. It's all about it's easier to be made aware that people are cheating in those games. But it's not like a complete automated fix, you know? But yeah, anyway, Matthias, if you haven't played an Orcs Must Die game, and I know you're a big Dungeon Defenders player, but first off, I'm absolutely shocked. Because it's one of the big three. As far as action tower defense games go, there's three. There's Sanctum games, there's Dungeon Defenders games, and there's Orcs Must Die games. And those are the best three. So, I know you already love action defense games. I would strongly suggest you check out Orcs Must Die and Sanctum, for that matter. Sanctum games are awesome as well. Sadly, the genre is just not big enough to encourage a bunch of competition, you know. Could you imagine if the genre for action defense games was as big as the genre is for multiplayer PvP games? Man, there'd be so much competition. There'd be so many awesome action defense games out.
More enemies on the way.
Well, the internal kill box, it's still not complete. I thought it was complete. Needs more poundus. Now it's complete. Or is it? Needs more windows.
Wow, that was a thing.
Oh, these guys are on the march now, huh?
That seemed unnecessarily violent. Wow, that was a thing.
If I point at his head, it usually works out better. Let me point at his head. There we go. I should have brought grenades just for the fun factor. The shotgun. Or the blunderbuss. Those are pretty awesome. Get those. I like getting those freeze grenades going.
Ooh, do they have any more of those? Is that it? Holy cow! I'm setting records here.
Thank you, Mr. Moneybags, sir. Appreciate the cash.
I totally meant to do that. Ha! In shackles and
I don't know what I'm going to do with it, though. Or more window butterflies, that's right.
More enemies
There
on
we
the
go.
way.
Ooh, squishy. Wow, that was a thing.
Get wrecked, Noel.
That seemed unnecessarily violent. That got the blood pumping.
God, the range on the stone staff petrify is so long.
Possibly getting a clean up on all 5.
I mean, that's what? That's 4 tiles? 1, 2, 3, and then hitting into the 4th tile? That's pretty crazy.
I totally meant to do that. You guys saw that, right?
More enemies on the way.
Well, we went past wave 25. That was the goal. So,
Clean up on all
let's destroy the whole thing.
They're attacking a barricade.
Yeah.
Down.
You block off their path and you give them no way out, and these orcs get pissed. I'm surprised they haven't smashed through the whole thing already.
We've destroyed a barricade.
It's like some of them are trying to pass through the crack.
me that did that thing there. Ha!
There we go. There's a smasher.
Dildos.
More enemies in the rift.
It's one thing. One of my friends, Averon, actually mentioned it. One of the things that
More enemies in the rift.
would be an awesome addition is if you could have a I give up button when you quit, where you don't have to
Getting a wee bit.
you know, you don't have to find a way to sabotage yourself to get everything through, because it will. I mean, even if all these barricades were gone, it's probably going to take. It could take another full wave just to lose these 12 rift points. Luckily, it looks like we got lots of fatties on this one, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Half our rift points remaining. Stop them quickly.
Yeah, a concede button, and have it log your score. You know,
Them quickly.
that's one of the problems with trying to push the high scores now, is the game gets unstable in the super high waves. Now, I haven't tried it again. They said that they patched it, or it was on the patch notes for the last 2 patches that there was stability improvements made to endless mode. Now, I haven't pushed one far enough where I'd actually see it to know the difference, to be honest. Anyway, y'all, that is going to get it for me for today. I've got some recording and editing to do. But thank you all so much for hanging out. I do appreciate it a ton. There's a slim chance I might be playing a little Warframe later on today over on Twitch, but that's pretty slim. It depends on if I can get all the editing and everything done without getting sidetracked by randomness. But anyway, thanks an absolute ton. Hopefully you all are having a wonderful start to your week. And look at that. Stadia is even telling me. Go away now. But anyway, thanks a ton, y'all. Yeah, it costs. It's a pay-to-play game. It's a regular, normal retail game. But anyway, thanks a ton, everybody. Have a good one, and I will see y'all next time. Take it easy.